Alright, you lot. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving headfirst into Call of Duty Black Ops 6. A game that's left me with few choice words and a whole lot of mixed feelings. So buckle up, because I'm not pulling any punches here. We're talking zombies, campaign, multiplayer, and yeah, ridiculous mess that is COD HQ. But before we get started, don't forget to like, subscribe and all that bollocks. It helps the channel grow. I might be ranting, but hey, I'm here for you lot. So let's get this show on road. So, zombies mode in Black Ops 6. You know, drill. Me, my usual partner in crime. And get this, Top Lemonade joining us for a laugh. We jump into Terminus, which, by the way, actually feels like they've tried to recapture that old school zombies grind. Sorta. Now, I'm not one who goes for Easter eggs or complicated rituals. Nah, I'm just here to run around, kill zombies and level up, plain and simple. But my teammates, they're grinding away as if there's a Nobel Prize in zombie lore waiting for them. And you know what? I gotta hand it to them. Thanks to their obsession with reaching higher rounds, gave me time to explore every inch of map once it's unlocked. But I'll be honest with you, I wasn't even trying at certain points. Just chilling, doing my thing, leveling up, until moments where I'd have to absolutely leg it because suddenly I'm knee deep in undead we had to quick way out. See, I'm here to have fun, not to die in some heroic blaze of glory. And to be fair, I was, until game decided it had other plans. Yep, game crashed. Glorious game-stopping, rage-inducing crash right in the middle of action. Now, we're already dead, sure, but my mates were still smashing zombies to bits a few rounds further. I'd have loved to jump back in, if not for devs clearly leaving the brains back in 2008. So yeah, I sent a, shall we say, polite message through Crash Report. Fix your fucking game, you twonks! Aside from Terminus, I had a quick go on Liberty Falls, which has potential, but I'll need more time to get a proper feel for it. It's a kind of map that you have to explore bit by bit, and let's be honest, I just wasn't moved for that marathon exploration just yet. All in all, zombies were a solid vibe. I had a laugh, survived some close calls, got rounds in. I'll be back for more, no doubt. Just get damn bugs sorted, yeah, Triarch? Right, let's talk campaign. Now, I'll admit it, I hadn't even touched it yet. But it's a Black Ops campaign, so bar's already set high. And yeah, I know I'm a bit behind, still haven't wrapped up Cold War's campaign, but that's next on the list. You gotta enjoy these things in order, you know? We're not animals. But let's be honest here. With Black Ops, we're not just looking for a story. We're looking for that twisted Black Ops vibe. Dark twists and moral questions that make you feel like you've been watching too many conspiracy theories at 3 AM. It's part of the deal. These stories are out of Black Ops, right? You're not just some bullet sponge soldier. You're a pawn thrown into some murky, godforsaken mess of secrets and lies. And if it doesn't have me questioning reality halfway through, are we even playing Black Ops? I mean, we all know gameplay will be decent. That's a given with Call of Duty name. But it's narrative that makes or breaks Black Ops. If this story don't keep me hooked or fails to offer some decent twist, then what's even point? Not Modern Warfare after all. We're not here for some generic good versus bad narrative with a few explosions sprinkled in. We're here to question everything, everyone, and most importantly, ourselves. And no, I don't want to hear a peep from people who claim it's gone woke or some other nonsense. If you're worried about politics or a fictional military conspiracy, you might need to go outside and touch some grass, mate. Black Ops campaigns have always been built on sketchy characters and murky motives. It's all point. And if they miss mark on this one, well, we'll get into that later, won't we? Bottom line, if this campaign don't deliver usual mind-bending who can you trust paranoia, I'll be having words with someone at Treyarch. Alright, multiplayer. Now, if you've been waiting for me to sing its praises, don't hold your breath. I'll give him this. Gunplay feels decent, solid mechanics, decent recoil control, basics are nailed. And that's about where my compliments end. Now let's get into absolute masterpiece that is Friend System. Or as I like to call it, Activision's idea of a sick joke. See, I thought, oh, I'll just add Top Lemonade's Activision ID, no big deal. Yeah, right. Nearly half an hour I'm punching in his ID over and over, only for the system to tell me user not found. By this point I'm beginning to think Activision's just mocking me. Top Lemonade tries adding my ID. Same issue. It's like we're hacking into Fort Knox, just to get a mate into the lobby. And here's kicker. Our other mate, Ends Plays, who's on PlayStation mind you, sends me a friend request without an itch. Not a single hiccup. Meanwhile, Top Lemonade on Xbox might as well be trying to send me a message by carrier pigeon. You'd think in 2024, cross-platform friend invites wouldn't be so medieval. Now here's my theory. Maybe the geo-locking friend requests. Or maybe they've decided Xbox and PC users can't be friends on certain days at week. Whatever's causing it, it's a joke. Activision, you're trying to bring people together in your big happy COD ecosystem, right? Yet you can't make most basic friend system work properly. It's like buying a shiny new sports car and finding out you can't go in reverse. And for a franchise as big as Call of Duty, with billions online, it's pretty shoddy if you ask me. But hey, maybe it's all part of the plan. Get us frustrated with friend invites that we'll just throw in the towel and play solo. Or maybe they're just trying to keep us isolated so we focus more on, what, the camo grind? Oh, don't get me started on that. I'm not sure if grind is even the right word anymore, because somehow players are already running around with gold camo on day one across multiple weapons. I mean, seriously. I might as well roll out red carpet and call it a participation award at this point. Everyone's been moaning about camo grind and X-Defiant, right? Well, clearly those lot have had it easy. Grinds are so laughable that gold feels more like a door prize than an achievement. So what's the point to it then? Treyarch, you know what a grind is supposed to be, don't you? It's meant to separate hardcore from casual. Players who've put in hours from other ones who just showed up for Joyride. But now it's all gold for everyone. Come and get your gold here. And reasoning? Apparently they're afraid we'll get bored if we actually work for something. Imagine that, a game afraid to make you earn your rewards. Not everyone wants a camo gift basket, Treyarch. And as if that weren't enough, they went and nerfed decoy grenades. Why? Because people were farming XP with them. Newsflash, Treyarch. You make grind so easy, players have resorted to decoys for a challenge. Maybe XP farming is least of your worries. You'd think they'd be more concerned about the fact that camo grind barely qualifies as one. At this rate, I won't be surprised if they start handing out diamond camos as a welcome back gift for anyone who logs in after a week off. Look, I know I sound harsh, but it's just sad. Grinding for camo used to mean something. It showed that you put in time, that you were dedicated to getting those headshots or whatever. But nah, it's like winning a gold star just for showing up. And before anyone starts, no, this isn't about making game accessible. Making something accessible shouldn't mean turning an entire progression system into a glorified participation trophy. So yeah, maybe they'll realise they've taken it too far and toughen up on grind. But until then, enjoy your easy gold, folks. Because honestly, it's never been more meaningless. Now we're getting into the real ugly side of Black Ops 6, and I'm talking about maps and spawn points. These are small, poorly designed war zones that seem crafted solely to frustrate life out of you. Now look, I'm all for fast-paced action. That's why I love a game like X-Defiant, where you can run and gun and actually have a bit of fun. But this? Nah. These maps are so tight it feels like they were designed in a broom cupboard. You barely have time to think before you're getting lit up from 3 directions at once. They're so tiny you barely have room to breathe, let alone get a proper tactical plan going. And while I appreciate a bit of chaos, I mean, it's Call of Duty, not chess. There's a line between intense action and constant ambush hell. Now let's talk spawns, shall we? Or as I like to call it, spawn, die, repeat. 1 second you're up and ready to go, next second you're respawning with someone already behind you. I get it, we all love fast-paced gameplay, but these spawn points are downright diabolical. You don't even have time to get your bearings before you're getting shot in back, front, and probably front side as well. I mean, I'm all for rush or a firefight, but if I'm getting mowed down before I can even figure out where I am, that's not fast-paced, that's broken. There's no strategy here, no map control, no satisfaction. It's just chaotic nonsense with players getting flung into crossfire like it's meat grinder. And before anyone starts telling me it's a skill issue, nah mate, it's a map design issue. I'd rather spend time actually playing the game than constantly respawning only to get shot down instantly. And as for camping, don't even try to deny it, cause it's rampant. They've outdone themselves, truly. It's like they're giving bloody medals for it in Black Ops 6. These maps practically encourage it. It's as if devs thought, how can we make spawn killing even easier for campers out there? Forget running and gunning, cause half the players are parked in corners hoping for easy kills like it's a government handout. I'm telling you, it's so bad that if I hear one more person say there's no walk about Black Ops 6, I might laugh myself to death. Because this is campiest thing I've ever seen in COD multiplayer. You've got choke points galore, tiny corridors, and spots where players can just hunker down waiting to rack up easy kills. It's like maps were designed specifically to make camping most viable strategy, which considering franchise's usual emphasis on run and gun is almost laughable if it wasn't so bloody frustrating. So here's my verdict. These maps aren't designed for fun. They're designed for chaos. They don't challenge your skill, they challenge your patience. And if I'm going to spend most of my time staring at respawn screen, then Activision, I'd appreciate it if you'd at least buy me dinner first. So let's dive into the train wreck that is Call of Duty HQ system. Because clearly when you're trying to load up a game, first thing you want is to wade through another bloody launcher. You click on Black Ops 6 and instead of jumping right in, you're met with COD HQ. A mandatory tour through Lander. Wait for this update, restart for that update. Until you're wondering if you've actually signed up for Call of Duty or a full-time career in menu navigation. And don't get me started on loading times. You load up HQ, and right on cue it's update requires restart. Alright, fine, one restart, I can handle that. But then once you've selected Black Ops 6 and think you're finally getting in, it's... wait for it. Update requires restart all over again. At this rate, I'm half expecting an update to tell me to reconsider my life choices while we're at it. You're back in HQ, and you select game just to restart again. It's like being stuck in a choose-your-own-adventure book, only all pages keep sending you right back to square one. And then just when you think madness is over, shaders start downloading. Yeah, shaders. Like I've signed up to NASA and need high-tech graphics to make sure my bullets render in glorious HD. And until those shaders finish downloading, your gameplay is basically stuttering along like a knackered old VCR. Now, I'm all for high-quality graphics, but not when I'm forced to sit through load screens than actual gameplay. So Activision, let's be clear, no one asked for this. No one needs a 3-part loading marathon just to get into a match. We're here to play Black Ops 6, not to be your HQ guinea pigs. HQ's just one big shiny obstacle to getting us where we actually want to go. If we wanted a lobby with all your COD games in one place, we'd ask for it. Or better yet, we'd find our way there ourselves. No HQ babysitting required. Bottom line, COD HQ feels less like an upgrade and more like a glorified roadblock. And time I spent in HQ could have been used, I don't know, maybe actually playing Black Ops 6? Food for thought, Activision. Alright, buckle up, because this next one's a classic. The absurd size of Black Ops 6. This game's so bloated it should come with a warning label. You'd think they've crammed every square inch of data they could possibly get away with into your console. And for what? A few extra shrubbery assets outside map that no one ever looks at. I'm talking about assets so pointless you'd have to question if devs were getting paid by pixel. Here's kicker. I saw Merc Music, legend himself call this art. He did a whole rundown showing off how massive portions of map are just extra junk loaded outside your playable area. So while we're all sat waiting for our game to load, staring at progress bars slower than a snail on holiday, this excess scenery is rendering out there in void. And let's be real, no one's stopping mid-fight to admire background trees or intricate brickwork outside map's borders. We're all too busy trying to survive spawn, die, repeat cycle they've set up in these minuscule maps. And they want a blank game size on UHD 4K graphics. Yeah, right. Newsflash, most of us aren't even playing with maxed out graphics. We've dialed it down for frame rate. Because guess what, Treyarch? Most people would rather the game actually run smoothly than spend eternity rendering bushes and rocks we'll never see. Here's an idea. If you're going to make us download an absolute monster of a game, maybe try making that data actually relevant. Because I don't know about you, but I'd trade all that useless scenery and graphical nonsense for quicker loading times and some genuinely decent maps. This obsession with stuffing in assets just to blow up file size is ridiculous. And it's not like it's doing game any favours either. Everyone's already frustrated before they've even got into the lobby, let alone into match. So Activision, trim fat, cut pointless assets. And maybe, just maybe, we'll get a Call of Duty that don't take up half our storage and 3 years off our patience. So, in grand conclusion, Call of Duty Black Ops 6. We've gone through highs, well, few there were, and dragged through lows and downright ugly. And let's just say, if it were on sale at full price, I'd be storming Activision's headquarters with a megaphone demanding a refund. Thank heavens for Game Pass, eh? Zombies were a riot, chaotic, thrilling, and as fun as a night out at pub with your mates. But that multiplayer? Sweaty spawn camping nightmare. Maps like shoeboxes, spawns more predictable than British weather complaints, an headquarters menu that's designed to test limits of your sanity. But hey, that's my take on it. I'll still dive into zombies for a good laugh and eventually hit up campaign. Cold War awaits, and I've got unfinished business there. Cause I play what I want, when I want, and I'll judge it all by myself. No echo chamber needed. Let's face it, no anti-woke campaigns, no dramatic boycotts, just honest, unfiltered first impressions right here. Before we wrap up, don't forget to do the usual. Smash that like button. Seriously, punch it right in face. Hit subscribe, and of course, leave your comments and questions below. Let me know your first impressions, your grievances, your favourite map if you've got one. And who knows, I might just feature your feedback on channel. Right, you magnificent lot, that's a wrap from me. Until next time, you beautiful rant-loving game-bashing legends, stay smart, stay sarcastic, and as always,